Hello guys, welcome back. Now today I'm going to be ranking my top 5 weirdest award winners in NHL history. Now every single NHL season we get new award winners, but what are some of the weirdest award winners in NHL history and which award winners make my top 5? Watch till the end to find out. Now whether it's players that didn't deserve a trophy or names that you would never think of winning a trophy, there's been a lot of different weird award winners throughout the NHL's history, and I've compiled 5 that I think are the weirdest. We're going to start out at number 5 for my 5th weirdest award winner in NHL history. I have Steve Mason and his 2009 Calder Trophy. Now, when it comes to Calder Trophy winners, you can name guys like Matthew Barzal or Tim Panarin, you know, superstars in the league right now. But naming Steve Mason might be a little bit harder. A lot of people do not know they won a Calder Trophy just 10 years ago. Now, to get some context, we have to look 10 years ago, back in 2009, to see what Steve Mason's situation really was. Now, at this point, Columbus had never made the playoffs in their franchise history. They were playoffless. And Steve Mason, coming into this season, he was at age 21, one of the better prospects in the system, but nobody really expected him to go on the tear that he did in his rookie year. He ended up playing 61 games with Columbus, getting a 2.29 goals against average and a .916 save percentage. And those are very solid stats, especially for a rookie goaltender, and he was one of the main reasons why Columbus made the playoffs that year. Now, even though Steve Mason was a big reason why Columbus made the playoffs and that they made the playoffs for the first time in franchise history, he put up a .916 save percentage, which, yes, he played a big sample size and played a lot of games in that season, but still, when it comes to Steve Mason, I don't think he should have gotten the Calder Trophy on that year. You had some other great candidates, guys like Bobby Ryan, who put up 57 points that season, also guys like Christopher Stieg, who put up 53 points. You also had Pekka Rinne, too good right now, Pekka Rinne, who posted a better save percentage that year, having a .917 save percentage back when he was a rookie. So, in my opinion, there were some much better candidates. Steve Mason was a very solid goaltender, led the playoffs, and again, got Columbus to the playoffs. But when it comes to Steve Mason, again, it was also weird that he got the Calder Trophy that year and the career afterwards. But it's crazy to think that after he won the Calder Trophy, it was basically all downhill from then. He ended up retiring 9 years later after he won that Calder Trophy last season with the Winnipeg Jets. He had a brief stint there, wasn't too great, and then afterwards tried to sign with the team, but nobody really wanted him after that contract, and he was retired. Just like that, not even a decade later, he's out of the league after winning a Calder Trophy and having a fantastic stint with Columbus. Again, he went to Philadelphia, had a couple of solid years, but again, won the Calder Trophy only 10 years ago and was out of the league basically 2 years ago. Going on to my 4th weirdest award winner in NHL history, I have Bill Ranford and his 1990 Conn Smythe Trophy. Now, he was the goaltender for the eventual Cup winners in the Edmonton Oilers in that 1990 run, and he was, after the fact, you know, Mark Messier was the captain there, and he was the guy there, and that was when guys like Wayne Gretzky were off, guys like Grant Fuhrer were off. Some of the legends that Edmonton had kind of gone by the wayside, and Bill Ranford was the starter for Edmonton, whether he liked it or not. He really didn't put up the greatest numbers, even in the Cup they won, but he still got the Conn Smythe Trophy somehow. Now, at the time, the goaltender was at age 23, so his career was definitely looking up. In the 89-90 season with Edmonton, in the regular season, he ended up playing 56 games and a .319 save percentage and .887 save percentage. In the playoffs, though, he stepped it up big time. He played 22 games, getting a 2.53 goals against average and a .912 save percentage. If I'm saying he's stepping up big time, then what's the real problem here? Well, when it comes to Bill Ranford, while a .912 save percentage is very, very good in the playoffs, especially back then, pretty much 30 years ago, I still don't think he deserved the Conn Smythe Trophy, and afterwards, he really didn't do too much either. Now, I'm just going to list off 3 different players who I think deserved it more in this 1990 run. The first player being, I think, the obvious pick. I still don't know why he didn't win the Conn Smythe Trophy. I had Mark Messier. He had 31 points in that playoffs. Absolutely amazing throughout that run. He also had Craig Simpson, who tied him with points at 31. He had Yari Curry, who is a pretty great player in and of himself. He actually got 25 points as well. So there are some high scorers on that team. Mark Messier, I think, should have gotten that Conn Smythe. I still don't know why he didn't get that Conn Smythe. Yes, Bill Ranford had a very solid playoff run. .912 save percentage back then is great and all, but 31 points. I don't know why you want to give that to Mark Messier, of all people. Going on to my 3rd weirdest award winner in NHL history, and number 3, I have Barret Jackman. Now, he won the Calder Trophy back in the 2002-2003 season. When you think of Calder Trophy winners, you think of Steve Mason a lot more than Barret Jackman. When I was researching this video, I legit had no idea who Barret Jackman was. Nothing whatsoever. But he won a Calder trophy basically just over 15 years ago. And yes, he did win a Calder trophy, but to say that he deserved that Calder trophy is a little bit suspect. Now, at the time he was 21 years of age, he's a defenseman, he was with the St. Louis Blues at this point. In the 2002-2003 season, to deserve a Calder trophy, he played 82 games, getting 3 goals, 16 assists for 19 points. And yes, his penalty minutes was high. He had 190 penalties in minutes, which I'm assuming is a stat that people put towards him to win a Calder trophy. And I'm not joking. Want to know some other players that were also in Calder contention who should have won that trophy? Oh, you just have Henrik Zetterberg at 44 points. You have Rick Nash at 39 points. Oh, just nobody's right there. Who cares about them? Let's just make Barret Jackman, the guy that got 19 points and a ton of fighting penalties, the Calder trophy winner. Now this again was in 2003. The rough and tumble NHL, that's pretty much what it was at that point. But Henrik Zetterberg, Rick Nash didn't win a Calder trophy, but Barret Jackman did. Barret Jackman, the legend, the Calder legend, ended up putting 876 NHL games together, getting 186 points, and a lot of penalty in minutes. And that's fine. Again, this was a long time ago in the NHL. That's when they prioritized hits, penalties, fighting, that's fine and dandy, but even putting him ahead of guys like Henrik Zetterberg, Rick Nash is just hilarious to think about. Again, it's weird, it's wacky, but in the most, I think it's just funny because Barret Jackman is a Calder winner, but not Henrik freaking Zetterberg. Now, for my second weirdest award winner in NHL history, at number 2, I have Cam Ward and his 2006 Conn Smythe trophy. Now, I'm going to go with the disclaimer right here because I think he should have won that Conn Smythe. That is fine. He totally deserved that Conn Smythe. But what he did after that is kind of suspect. Now, Cam Ward, a goaltender, a young goaltender at age 21, was with the Carolina Hurricanes in the 2005-2006 season. They ended up winning the Cup miraculously over the Edmonton Oilers, and Cam Ward was a big reason because of that. He made amazing save after amazing save in that Cup final, and I think, again, deserved to win that Conn Smythe. He was the best guy, and again, he was a rookie in that season, which is also insane. He really didn't have the best regular season numbers. He ended up playing 28 games in the regular season, getting a 3.68 goals against average and a .882 save percentage, but in the playoffs he just exploded, playing 23 games, getting a 2.14 goals against average and a .920 save percentage. Now, if I had to give anybody else that Conn Smythe, I probably would have given it to Eric Stahl, but even then, I think Cam Ward should have won that trophy. He was amazing during that playoff run, and was one of the main reasons why they won that whole Stanley Cup to begin with. But when it comes to Cam Ward, it's not the problem necessarily that he won a Conn Smythe, but it's everything else after that in his career. Again, he was a rookie at that point. He put up amazing stats in that 23-game stretch in 2006, but the rest of it was pretty lackluster to say the least. Now, to be fair, he put up some decent numbers a couple of years in the early 2010s with Carolina, but to be honest, after that 2006 run, he was pretty much crap. One of the worst goaltenders in the entire league, especially starter-wise. And Cam Ward had potential, yes. He was 21 years of age, won the Conn Smythe in the Stanley Cup Final, and won the Stanley Cup Final, which is some pretty great accolades. But again, after that, it hasn't been too pretty, and it ended up putting a career 908 save percentage on the board, which is decent, but not what you'd like to see after a Conn Smythe winner in his rookie year. Now, at number 1, my number 1 weirdest award winner in NHL history, I have Jonathan Cheecho and his 2006 Maurice Richard trophy. Now, if you're an NHL fan, you already know the Maurice Richard trophy. It's not up to voting. The player with the most goals at the end of the season gets the Maurice Richard trophy. So there's no debate with the 2006 Maurice Richard trophy with Jonathan Cheecho. But kind of like Cam Ward, he won that amazing trophy with a lot of accolades, but after that, pretty much did nothing. At this point in 2006, when it came to Jonathan Cheecho, he was in his prime with the San Jose Sharks. He was at age 25, and he was looking to be one of the best players in the NHL. In that 2005-2006 season, he played 82 games, getting 56 goals, 37 assists for 93 points. You don't see that very often, and when it came to him, he had so much promise after that season. 56 goals, Jonathan Cheecho. You usually don't think of players like that putting up those type of numbers, but he did, and the hype that he had after that was absolutely catastrophic. When it came to the year before, in the 2004-2005 season, he ended up getting 28 goals. In the year after the 56-goal season, he got 37 goals. So in that little span of 3 years, he has putting up some fantastic numbers for sure, and that 2006 season was obviously the peak of that. But when it comes to after that 3-year stint, he was basically out of the league like a snap of a finger, and it's pretty surprising looking back that Jonathan Cheecho, of all people, won a Maurice Richard trophy. Now, in his career, Jonathan Cheecho ended up playing 501 games, getting 305 goals, and 170 goals in that span. Not a bad player, but he won a Maurice Richard trophy, and just 4 years after he won that trophy, he was out of the league. He was out of the NHL. Just 4 years after you win a Maurice Richard trophy, he's out of it. I don't think any NHL player has gone that quickly from stardom all the way down to nothing, and that's just a sad story of Jonathan Cheecho. Again, he had so much potential, so much promise, winning a Maurice Richard trophy and getting 56 goals ahead of guys like Jaromir Jagr in their prime. It shows how good he was at that point, and how much promise he had in 2006. It's not even like he didn't deserve this award either. He totally deserved it. He had the most goals in the NHL. That is not up for debate in 2006. But what he did after that, the promise that he had, 56 goals and doing almost nothing with that afterwards, just shows the decline that he had. And it shows how crazy of a turnaround his career ended up being. Again, 4 years after that Maurice Richard trophy, out of the league. That is just unheard of for a guy that was so good in 2006. And he was basically an NHL star at that point. He was looking to be one of the premier NHL goal scorers and NHL producers in the league. Again, 93 points in 2006. That is not easy to do, and it's seeming like Cheecho was going to the next NHL future stars with San Jose. And unfortunately for him and San Jose, that didn't end up working, but 56 goals in 2006, all the way down to nothing. If that's not weird, I don't know what is. So of course, with this video, I need to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comments down below. Let me know, what do you think about my top 5 weirdest award winners in the NHL's history? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Let me know. And of course, the question on to you. Who do you think is the weirdest award winner in NHL history? But if you guys want some more Grav videos just like this one, you can click on this card right here to watch my look back on my 2019 planet predictions and how I was actually right. But that'll be it for today, guys. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Again, comment down below your thoughts on my top 5 weirdest award winners in the NHL's history, and what your weirdest award winner in the NHL's history would be. And I'll see you guys next video or stream. Goodbye.